Hello everyone, here on my next day of this diet, continuing to eat one meal a day. I have not eaten for 28.5 hours. I've had absolutely nothing. And you wouldn't believe it, I've not even had water. So I'm absolutely starving. Right, again, for today's meal, I've got half a mackerel fish, green banana loaded with iron, carrots, broccoli and brown organic rice. Now you must be wondering, why is he eating repetitively fish and loads of fish? Well, I'll tell you my findings of fish, and I found this when I was young, child growing up with my parents. Whenever I ate fish, I just found I felt better under eating fish than eating meat like red meats and chicken or liver. I think with the fish, because you have fish oils in the fish and omega-3, because of my age of 57, I find since eating lots of fish and eating it frequently, I have less pains in my joints. And I just feel my well-being is better. This combined with cod liver oils, it's an excellent source of diet. Now, this may not work for you, but I'm speaking for me. Like I said, you've got to find your own diet, what works for you. And here for my vitamin C, I have one large lemon and a half, freshly squeezed and soaked for 1 hour in filtered mineral water. So let's eat, Isaac, and you can eat. Like I said, when you haven't eaten for a long time, you're going to put the first bit of food in your mouth and eat slowly, and you will really enjoy it because you're so hungry. Man. Oh, it's so nice. Broccoli is full of testosterone. I've noticed my body is getting smaller and smaller. I'm feeling freer and freer. Forget about all these diets you see and read about. Wasting your money. Just control what you eat. I used to eat a whole mackerel fish, and now I only eat half a mackerel fish. Big advantages to this: you save your money. Say for instance you buy 10 mackerels and you used to have 10 meals out of that over a period of time. You now get 20 meals out of 10 mackerels. So you save a lot of money. So you not only save a lot of money, your body looks better. We as humans have one problem, and that's overeating in the West. Food is enemy number one. Just like a drug, and you better believe it. Because the food tastes nice, and we have a thing called appetite, we eat. We tend to eat more than we really need to. Yeah. And that's where you get the harm done. You'll be eating with us soon. He's had his breast milk, he's been breastfed. I can't wait for him to be sitting in his high chair and next to us eating. You'll see it soon. You'll see him developed and he'll be eating. Green banana, full of iron. So just imagine you used to eat 4 cakes a week, and instead they were home baked, and you put in like say 20 ounces of sugar in them. Give you an example. Then, if you cut those cakes, cut the sugar in those cakes to half, to 10 ounces, that's half the calories going in your body. Now that's just one thing. You can still enjoy your cakes. Another thing is, if you are using white sugar, change it to brown demerara sugar, and change to brown organic flour. You have better cake. You've got a meal which is just a large plate, a large meal. Cut your meal in half. Oh, this is so enjoyable. I mean, eating after 28 hours is so enjoyable. I'm taking the bone out. One thing I hate about fish is bone. Is the fish nice, Laura?
Yes, thank you.
No junk foods is entering my system. If you can eat well every day, that's one big part of your life that's going to encourage healthy living. But food is not everything. If you can control your stress levels, like I said, there's important stress, and there's necessary stress, and there's unnecessary stress. Important stress is when you're working with business or working getting to a goal, studying, learning. This is sort of control stress. It's necessary stress to learn because you're thinking, you're trying to adapt and learn a new skill, etc. or solve a problem. And then there's unnecessary stress, dealing with people with weak minds and people who just want to create havoc around you, arguing, rowing, not having a good partner, your children playing up, or you being ill and unwell, and that coming into your life as stress. Anxiety and worry are very difficult things to control in life. You got my finger. I love you. I love you, little boy. I love you, son. When you eat good food, you know you've eaten good food because once you finish that good meal, you feel right inside. When you eat a junk food, you feel wrong inside. I'm trying to work out what I'm going to do once the 28 days are up. Am I going to go straight into a 21-day water fasting diet, or I'm going to go into 21-day, one meal every other day diet? I still have 10 days to think about it. But I don't fancy a 21-day water only diet. Maybe 7 days, but don't fancy 21 days. I don't think it's good for you. You see something on YouTube about 21-day fasting, and you think, I want to do it. Dieting is very, let me rephrase that again. Dieting can be very dangerous. For you to look at someone and say, well, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do 21 days water fasting diet. You have to check with your doctor if you're well enough to do it. Or yourself, do it sensible by easing yourself into it, like doing what I'm doing, one meal a day. Get to see how you feel on one meal a day. If a weightlifter goes into a gym for the first time, And his target is to live 400 kilograms. He doesn't go and pick 400 kilograms, does he? He starts off at 60 kilograms or whatever is his comfortable weight, and then he builds up from that. We have to respect our bodies. We have to respect it. Daddy's really enjoying this. I want to speak about a thing called bandwidth. Human beings. We have a certain bandwidth as a human beings. We see a certain amount of the spectrum. Let me rephrase that again. We see a certain scale of the electromagnetic spectrum. Ultraviolet to infrared, we don't see that light. In between, we've got the vision, the band, which we see. Hearing, there's a certain frequency on which we can hear, and there's some that way we just can't hear. Animals can hear, like dogs for instance, hear frequencies we can't hear. Dolphins, for instance, they use ultrasound and use different frequencies. Now, could you imagine if we could hear and see all those frequencies? We would be scared to death. Our brain would not be able to deal with it. Now, this is an interesting thing come up here with this artificial intelligence. They have the neural network to the brain, and that they're doing lots of experiments with it. Even Elon Musk, this guy who's an entrepreneur who's got a great ambition for reaching to different places in space, he's got a good outlook on life. Well, to have our brain connected to computer direct, or like say to artificial intelligence, gives us a chance of controlling it or evolving with it, than it controlling us. But could you imagine, like, plugging your brain into a mobile phone and not having to tap and press a button into the mobile phone? Could you imagine just using telepathic powers to control something? Very, very exciting, but at the same time very, very scary. Very, very scary because we don't understand it. When you don't understand something, it becomes very, very scary. But once you familiarise yourself and you adapt to it and evolve with it, it can be okay. But the problem is man, who gets hold of that technology and uses it to his advantage to control and enslave other people. And that's what I fear. Not technology itself, but man. The part of AI I do freak out about, its ability to learn and work without human instruction. God knows what that will be doing, or if we can't control it, that's the part of artificial intelligence. If our computers become smarter than us and take over. You see the film Terminator, just watch the film Terminator and you'll see what I mean. Their logic might be, human beings are a curse and cancer to this planet, and they will destroy us all. Once they have the, listen, we are cancer to the planet, we destroy everything. Once a computer has diagnosed that we are a dangerous to the planet, they'll destroy us all, which what I think which probably will happen. I saw a caption on the news today saying that before man even lives on Mars, he will destroy it with contamination. So whatever people touch, they destroy. Human kill, humans like wars. It's so sad that if we could just change ourselves and look after each other, how much better we would be. All this wickedness in the world and greed. And our planet is warning us with global climate changes, and we're still ignoring it. Anyhow, this is the end of the vlog, and at the end of a 28.5-hour wait for food, and a smaller body, and I hope you have a good evening. This is my boy, he's making more and more noises every day. I love him. Enjoying my life. Hmm? Daddy loves you. You can say goodbye to them. Or throw a left hook punch. Hmm? Okay. We'll see you tomorrow and see what I eat tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Say hello. You're gonna throw a punch.